7 years ago today, I took the plunge. I got my first hair system, and to be honest with you, I had no idea what I was doing. I was pretty excited, pretty terrified, and it felt really weird. Fast forward to now, and I've been wearing a hair system non-stop for 7 years, and I can hand on heart say it's changed my life. But in today's video, I'm going to be going through with you 5 brutally honest lessons that I've learned on my journey. Lessons I wish that someone had told me back then. These are things that I've learned through trial, error, stress, and ultimately success. So if you're on the fence or if you're just getting started, you might want to stay tuned. So lesson number 1 is that for the first month, maybe a little bit longer, it feels weird on your head, but it passes. The best way of describing it is it just feels kind of off, it feels unusual, it kind of feels like a very narrow cap on top of your head. And it's kind of natural just to become a bit hyper aware about it. For me, especially that first month, I was constantly fiddling with it, touching it, making sure it was absolutely perfect, scrutinizing for lift, and it kind of became a little bit of an obsession. But here's the truth, this phase passes as long as you let it. It's just your brain getting used to something new on your body, something novel on your body. It does get used to it. And the best comparison that I can actually make is it kind of feels like when you first start wearing a watch, you kind of notice it quite a lot more often, or if you've got a new ring, you'll notice it more often. But then over time, you just forget that it's there. Why? Because the brain forgets that it's there. It doesn't perceive this new thing to be a threat anymore. So please, if you're in the early stages and it feels weird, trust me, this passes. And I really don't want you to give up just because of this. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just a human being with a brain that will adapt to any changes over a short period of time. Lesson number 2. People aren't staring. You're overthinking it. I used to think that people could instantly tell that I was wearing a hair system. That they'd be looking at my hair thinking, that's fake. It doesn't look right. Spoiler alert, they weren't. 99% of people are caught up so much in their own lives that they don't have the time or inclination to closely scrutinize your hair or your hairline. In fact, the ironic thing is the biggest scrutinizer of your hair is you yourself. And I certainly learnt the hard way around this, and it meant I spent so much more time in the bathroom trying to get the perfect hairline. Now, when I first got my system, did people make comments or anything like that? A couple of people were like, did you get a haircut or have you got a new hairstyle? No one actually said, is this a wig? One person who I hadn't seen for years saw a photo of me and said, did you get a hair transplant? And I was like, yeah, and that was pretty much it. And the key lesson here is if you don't point it out, other people are unlikely to point it out because either they don't notice or either they don't feel it's important enough to bring it up with you. And that in itself was a huge mindset shift for me. And speaking of mindset, a lot of these fears came from not knowing what to expect. And that's exactly why I created a free video that you guys can download called 5 Mistakes Hair System Beginners Make and how to avoid them. It's short, it's practical, and it will help you dodge the most common regrets that hair system wearers make within those first 3 to 6 months. You can grab it right now, the link is in the description. Lesson number 3, and this is a bit more of an intangible. Confidence doesn't come from the hair itself. The hair absolutely helps. Now, confidence doesn't just magically appear because you've got hair again. But for me and thousands of other guys, the hair system helps reveal the confidence that was buried under years of insecurity. When I saw myself with hair again, it was emotional. I felt younger, sharper. I felt like me again. And from there, I started showing up differently. Not just in photos, but in life. But I'll always say this, your value is not tied to your hair. It's tied to how you feel about yourself and how you treat yourself and others. The system is just a facilitator, and it's okay to use it. Lesson number 4, you'll never want to go back, and that's okay. Here's something no one told me early on, and maybe it sounds a little bit dramatic, but once you start wearing a system and you see what's possible, you will never want to go back. And that doesn't mean you're insecure, it just means you like how you look. And you're allowed to. We're allowed to care about our appearance and how it makes us feel. We're allowed to want to look our best. For some people, it's gym gains. For some people, it's skincare. For us, it's hair. And the beauty is that we get to choose. Now, if you're looking for a solid system to start with, or you want to upgrade, I've been wearing LaVivid's hair systems for years. You can find them at lavividhair.com. You can get a 15% discount code on any stock hair system or accessories that I've negotiated with them just for you guys. It's Adam15. All the information is in the description box below this video. If you want high quality hair systems with good shipping times and top customer service, consider LaVivid. And lesson number 5 is that you'll start living your life again. Now, this one hits hard for a lot of guys, especially those who have been struggling with hair loss for years, and it's really affected their ability to be confident or to socialize or to just show up in life. And trust me, I was one of those people for years. I ended up in some really dark places. But once you've settled into wearing a hair system, you'll realize something really powerful. You'll start saying yes to life again. You'll stop avoiding nights out. You'll stop ducking out of photos. You stop turning off your camera on Zoom on a work call. And eventually you'll stop thinking, what will everyone think of my hair whenever you leave the house? For me, it meant showing up, filming videos, making a YouTube channel about hair systems. I stopped hiding all the time, and that changed everything for me. And to be honest, you genuinely don't realize how much your hair loss affects your behavior until you've got hair back and you get yourself back. And being frank, 7 years in, honestly, I wouldn't change a thing. Has it always been smooth? No, but what is in life? It's 100% worth it. That's the most important thing. And if you're on this journey, you'll learn, you'll get better, things get easier, you grow, and if you've made it this far in this video, chances are you're serious about making this work. So don't forget to download my free video, the link is in the description. But before you do, I've got a few questions for you. What's your biggest lesson so far on this hair system journey? Or what's been your biggest fear starting out? Let me know in the comments box below, and let's help each other out, because honestly, we've got something really powerful here. Till next time, I'll speak to you very soon.